Yeah. Praise 108. Go a little something like this. Go a little something like this. What up, Miss Carol? Rockin' with you at 7. 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 7 seas, 7 wonders, 7 heaven. Wherever you are, turn to 108 praise at 7. And realize that I was great when I was 7. Given the secret weapon, praise where I was destined. Anointed with teaching lessons, hooked up with the oasis. Fine tuning the basics, spreading vision like LASIK. Kicking it like some ASICs. Jesus the one that saves it. Holy Spirit amazing, like 108 gotta praise it. P and Carol, hot at the barrel, like P. Carol. Sharper than the arrow, eyes on the sparrow. Got the legal beagle, helping people with all their legals. Watch the prequel, the sequel, and people, and it's all legal. #1 artist, playwright, and paralegal. That's the top leaders leading the league, so why you leaving? 108 praise, praising the gospel is where we be at. Essence, Stellar, and Trumpet, that's where we be at. Hottest show blazing the charts, so let's begin. Rockin' with you at 7, 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 rockin' with you at 7. Yo, we on 108 Praise, voicing the gospel. This your boy, Poetic, and
Hey, Caroline,
yes,
rocking with
sir.
you at 7.
Yes, sir. Rocking with you at 7, rocking with you at 7, rocking with you at 7, rocking with you at 7. Hey, man, what an amazing week.
I'm telling you, oh my God, it's an amazing week. I'm so exhausted, but you know, I love that intro song. You was hype on that.
Hey, got 108 Praise lit right there.
You did. You made that song. That's our intro song. It is the bomb diggity. Woo,
Yes, sir. Hope y'all feeling that. If you are, just let us know. Leave us some comments.
Like it.
Call in. Let's talk about what we're going to talk about today. We got a special guest in the studio.
We do. That's my special butter roll that's here today.
Man at large.
Yeah.
Mr. Dave Tolliver.
Mr. Dave.
Y'all better get ready. We about to get to rocking. But first up, hold the brakes, hold the phone. What happened last weekend? Please tell us.
What happened last weekend is your girl. Yes, me. I drove all the way to New Orleans, Louisiana.
Down in the dirty.
Down in the dirt. Oh, no, it was so clean.
Oh, in the clean. Oh, she in the clean South. I ain't been there, but.
I wasn't in the dirt. I was down there with all the wonderful Cajun food and the wonderful hospitality of our people.
What did you eat?
I didn't get a chance to eat. I was so busy at the festival, I didn't get a chance to eat.
Oh, boy.
I didn't.
How you go to New Orleans and don't eat no gumbo?
You know, I didn't get no gumbo. I did get me some shrimp, but man, I was so tired, I didn't get time to even eat it. I was at concert to interviews to concerts to interviews to shows. I was like,
No jambalaya?
no jambalaya.
No oyster po' boy?
No.
Oh, boy. Went to New Orleans and didn't even get the best commodity, the food. But anyway, the second best is the parties. So you went to everything, didn't you?
I did. When I first got there, I was exhausted, but I went straight in. And as I walked into the press room, Smokey Norfolk was there. Oh, my gosh, Smokey! Yeah.
Lord have mercy.
He was there. So, you know me, I had to ask a couple of questions and stuff, you know, about Smokey. You know, he had it going on with the 911, the 222. Yay!
Right.
I love me some Smokey Norfolk. And I took a picture with him, too. He is so fine.
Uh-oh.
Well, yeah. He didn't blow my mind, but he was so fine. Yeah. So after I interviewed Smokey Norfolk, oh, my gosh, as I was coming out to take a break, I was going to the bathroom, and guess who I ran into?
Who did you run into?
Fred Hammond.
Fred Hammonds?
Yes.
Oh, your boy. Now,
my boy. Yes.
Fred, you know, you've been knowing Fred for a long time.
A long time. I've been knowing Fred probably since 2013, 14.
And did you guys get reacquainted?
I don't know what you meant by that.
Did y'all catch up on old times? Because I know he was in the magazine at some point.
Yes.
And
I did. Fred was walking down the hallway. I said, "Oh my gosh, Fred!" He looked at me. I said, "You don't remember me, Fred?" I said, "Remember I did a story on you about the guy, the little boy that was loved but not liked?"
Yes.
And I said, "Did you ever get the magazine?" He says, "Well, no, I didn't." I said, "Ooh, I got one." I started digging in my suitcase. I said,
Oh, you had one with you?
I had it with me.
Oh, boy.
I put out the magazine with Fred on the cover, and he says, "Wow, I never got this." I said,
"Oh,
so he
man."
started walking. I said, "Don't be walking away. You got to take a picture of me, Fred. Hold that magazine up."
So now it's solidified.
It is
Fred,
solidified.
you got the magazine with
Yes.
you on the cover.
Yes.
You the man.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Oasis
Fred.
official.
That's my
Miss
butter
Carol
roll.
solidified another one of her contacts.
I did. That was so cool. And I hugged at him, and we took a picture.
Uh-oh.
And all that. I don't know what you about because let me tell you what happened. Let me tell you what happened. This lady was like, excuse me for a second. I have to get a kiss with him. And I was like,
Kiss.
Who that lady is, right?
Kiss.
Yeah, she said a kiss.
Oh,
She's
boy.
talking about with Fred, right? And I said, okay, so I let her by. You know, she got a little kiss with Fred. I'm like, okay. So let me tell you what happened after that. I was headed over to get me some food, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, all these millions of people are crowded up by the stage. I said, who are y'all over there for? They said, Alana Von Zant. So I looked up on the stage. I said, that's the lady that pushed me out the way for the kiss.
She ought to be ashamed of herself.
Oh, but she was not ashamed. She was so happy to get that kiss with Fred. It didn't matter about me.
Lord have mercy. I'm gonna take her to counseling for that one, Ileana.
Oh, boy. Ilana had it going on. That lady is so tight. That lady left some powerful words that it had you going, man, if the relationship ain't right, get the heck up out of it, for real.
Deep thought.
It was serious talk.
Deep thought.
It was deep, deep.
She be super deep.
Oh, but she's serious.
She was so deep. I had to start watching her show because I didn't have no scuba gear. Oh, thank you.
I like that. It was so deep. That's good.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It was like, I was like, ooh, you got to be a woman to appreciate all this stuff. She be saying that.
It was almost as bad as you say it rains fish.
Ileana, we love you. It's all good. Shout out to the OWN Network. Listen, so didn't we have some footage from you live at the Essence?
I took a lot of footage live at the Essence. I did some updates about how I was doing a concert with Janet Jackson, the concert with Mary J. Blige, SWV, Escape, Erykah Badu, Queen Latifah.
No, you didn't name my girl.
Wait till I really name your girl.
You didn't name my girl. How you gonna name all these people?
The girl that you really got to
and
thank
you
for?
met my favorite artist.
I did, and she was such a kind, sweet.
Ashanti.
Yeah.
If you listening, she didn't mean it. I'll say your name first.
Whatever.
You met the first lady of Murder Inc.
What?
My era, in my era of music, the golden era of music.
You know, she was so awesome, though.
Oh,
she's beautiful inside and out. When I tell you, she don't look like she's aged at all. And she got to be pushing your age. Ain't you pushing 50?
Excuse me, I'm 25 for the next 25 years.
Shut the door.
What you talking about?
Whatever.
Ladies,
whatever.
people, gentlemen, everybody, 25. Okay, so Ashanti.
Yeah.
And you got a chance to meet her manager, who was her mom.
Her mother is
right?
just as gorgeous as she is.
Yes.
Her mom is beautiful. I met her mom. I met Ashanti. And when I tell you she's very meek and very humble and very gracious.
A great spirit.
Yeah, she's just a beautiful person.
It makes you wonder, the people that make it in the industry.
Yeah.
When you meet them behind the scenes,
Right.
you're like, okay, I understand. God blesses the good.
Yeah.
They're humble at heart. And it's amazing sometimes when you get a chance to experience that.
Yes.
So, Voice in the Gospel.
Voice
that
in
was
the
a plug.
gospel. That was it.
That was
That's
a G-O-D plug, right?
That was it. That was it. That's it.
Oh, man. So, yeah, we got an amazing show planned for you guys. And we're going to get right in the thick of things.
Getting ready for it?
So, you're going to play some of that live footage for us?
Oh, I
you
guess.
Interviewing backstage.
I guess.
Essence Festival.
If Mr. C3 over there, Mr. Courtney got it going on with the 911, the 222, you want to play a little something
She's
something
notorious for calling out the producers, isn't she?
I just want you to know, if it ain't played right, it ain't because I ain't giving the
She's
footage,
notorious
okay?
for making plugs on the producer. Look, he pulled a plug. We all done. Hey, no more live. No more.
I do my job. I just want you to know.
Right.
Courtney sent me out there in the hot heat and the thick of things
by
myself, and I gave him all the coverage.
You throw him all the way under the bus.
Live interviews.
You throwing him under the school bus or the Greyhound bus?
I gave him Escape. I gave him SWV.
I don't have him.
He ain't.
I love it.
See what I mean?
I love it.
I even took everybody into the audience where Mary J. Blige was just dropping it like it was hot. I'm telling you, I took him in the thick of it.
If you want to get thrown all the way under the bus,
oh Jesus,
let Miss Carol know your business.
All right, you're gonna make Wanda come out.
Right, and you really don't want Wanda.
You don't want Wanda to come out. No, you don't.
I'm telling you.
Oh, it's so hot in here, Courtney. Don't you got some
We got
air?
it rocking at 7. It's only 10 minutes into it, and we already in it.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna get in the thick of things. You know what I'm
You'll
saying?
get in the thick of things.
I'm
Look,
in the thick of
I'm
things.
mad you didn't get in the thick sauce when you was down there and get no thick gumbo.
I
and
tried.
bring back no.
I tried, but then I had Courtney calling me saying, "Are you at the concert? Are you at the concert?"
Again.
I dropped the food going, "Okay, I'm on my way. Mary's on stage. Okay."
Oh, man.
So I tried.
Never a dull moment.
Oh, I did everything I could do the right way, and I still can't do it right.
But you notoriously forget to eat, though. Even when you're here, you forget to eat.
You know what?
Mm-hmm. Now I'm
I
throwing
be
you
so
under the bus.
busy because you be having Miss Carolyn. Did you
I
do
be-
this? Did you do that? Did
Is
you
that
do this?
proper-
Did you do that?
is that
Yeah,
proper
I be doing
radio
things right.
language?
Shut the door. You know, I'll say shut up because that's rude. I say shut it down. I shut it
Miss
down.
Carol, I
Okay,
tell you.
okay.
Y'all see how we get it on 108
This
Praise
is how we
here.
do. This is how we do it. Okay, never mind.
So you know what it was like backstage at Essence this
Jesus,
past
take the
weekend,
wheel.
right?
It was the bomb. It was so the bomb. I mean, I was going from the press room to the concert.
Mm-hmm.
Then there was like, Carolyn. I'm like, what? Who's out there? They said, oh, you didn't know? Janet's here. Janet's in the press room. I miss Janet in the press room. Shut the door.
You miss Janet?
Because they told me Janet wasn't coming in the press room. So I was like, packing up my stuff. And then Courtney said, did you get Janet? Well, I could go back when I'm tired.
And
I'm
I heard
tired.
Janet was in low spirits because she just lost her father.
Yeah, shout out to
R.I.P.
you.
to
Yeah.
to Joe Jackson.
Yes.
That was pretty different. There you go.
Oh.
So I know he had gotten sick. I was on the air with Miss Shay Starr with the Hype magazine, and she had gave him a shout out that night because he had fell ill, and they had put him to bed rest. And I was like, oh, okay, he'll pull through. And then now, by the time our next show comes up, boom, he's gone. And then she had to perform through
and
Essence.
still had to go on.
And her father had just passed.
Just passed away.
I'm sure that was kind of tough for her. And, it would have been, good to see.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they're professionals. They've been professionals for many, many years. But it's
Right.
still something that's personal you don't expect to
Most
happen.
definitely. Most definitely.
I see. We got some footage
Well,
coming through.
Courtney's been showing some photos up there. Oh, that's the girl, LMA. That's the girl. That's the boo song. They're talking about that boo song.
Boot up.
Yeah, the boot up song. Let me tell you what's so cool about her. She's English and she was talking from England and stuff. And all of a sudden, I called my kids. I said, do you know this person? I said, oh my God, Mama's telling me. Oh my God. I said, what, Mom? Mom, go give me an autograph. I chased this girl down backstage. I said, Miss Ellie Mae. I said, could you please sign this for my child? What's your child's name? I said, Star
Hold
and
up.
Maya.
She didn't say that. Says, what is her name?
Oh, what? She did. She said, and is it spelled M-A? And I said, yes, it is. She said, okay, I will write down. So Star, S-T-A-R. I said, yes, it is, S-T-A-R. And I said, Maya, M-Y-A. And she signed it, and my kids were screaming. They were on FaceTime, and I'm showing her, like, oh, my God, Mom, you're really showing her. She's really there. I'm like, yeah, she's there. But because I don't know a lot of the artists and the kids and what they know, I was like, okay, I didn't understand the concept of how important she was and how famous she was, but it was so cool. She gave an autograph and a shout out to my kids, and I thought that was so special. And then it was so funny. My niece, Hasha Queen, she's back there, and she says, Auntie, you saw her? I said, yeah, I did. Oh, my God, the song, Boo. I said, oh, I don't know that song, Anisi, but if you were there, you could have went and met her, too. She's like, oh, my God, my auntie knows everybody.
Right.
But when I interviewed Escape, I see the picture you got up there, Courtney, of Escape. And let me tell you, them girls were on point for the nation. They performed their butts off. They were amazing. Escape was so amazing.
Always. Remember, we saw them at the Trumpet Awards,
Yes.
and they did a phenomenal
They
job.
did.
I mean, they had on they all white, and
They
they was
did. Oh, yeah, they
just
did.
prancing around, doing their thing.
Yeah.
And when they hit the stage, it was excellent. So
They
I was
were.
like, man,
They
see,
were
I don't
excellent.
remember this from back in my childhood.
What?
Maybe I
Shut the
blocked them
door.
out or something. Maybe it was so many groups, I was an SWV
You were
fan. Okay?
Well, you know what? SWV, when they came into the press room, you know how your managers try to rush you. I'm like, no, wait. I was by the door. I said, excuse me, could you please take a picture with me? And they's like, but they're in a, no. She says, I'm going to take a picture with you. And if I get fired and lose my contract, I said, you ain't lose nothing. Because you know why? I'm with 108 Praise Radio. And always says Montage Magazine. I said, believe me, you ain't gonna lose no contracts because you guys are the bomb. And I'm so glad that you guys are together. They talked about the reality show.
Right.
They talked about all the negative things that people have said. And they said, you know what? We do what we do because we love what we do. And if you love us, give us a shout that you love us. But if you don't, stop hating on us. They take it personal. We have a life. We are real people. We bleed, we cry like everybody else. And so if you don't like us, that's fine. But don't be saying mean, cruel things. Yeah,
it's something to see because you wonder why they have so much tension between them when you watch the show.
Yeah.
And it's probably because of all the influx of negativity.
Yes.
You know, but I like I said, I'm going to give one of my quotes, okay? I have haters, but they're the minority.
They are.
Of my clique. So you got to make the haters be your minority, and you got to put up that Trump wall. Oh, that's the only time I'm going to plug you in life, Trump. Right there. You got to put up that Trump wall for when you got haters in your life, and make sure that they are the minority, and then keep it moving. Because what did our girl used to say? Let your haters be your motivators.
That's it.
And
that's it.
That's what it takes. I mean, because they will tear you down, and they'll spit you out, and they'll throw you to the lions and the wolves and the pack of dogs, and you'll be sitting there wondering why.
What happened? You know what? The word says, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Treat people the way you want to be treated, not how they treat you. Because there's some mean, cruel people out there.
In the world.
I've had people pretend to be me, take my business from me.
All claiming to be Christians.
They do. Courtney, let me tell you what happened to me. Let me tell you what happened to Butterow. This girl pretended to be me, saying she owned my magazine, she owned my business, and was out there selling stuff. And I was like, really? Really? You are not me. And then I had to go turn her into the police department. Yeah. I did, because it was getting old.
And they keep going with it.
They don't stop.
They won't stop until you stop them. And so that's why you don't let things go unchecked.
That's it.
You know, we in this business, the only thing we have is our reputation.
That's it. And and if you do things for the right reasons, and we put God first in everything we do, don't we do that? Poetic. Don't we put God first in everything we do?
Absolutely.
That's right. That's why we the Butterow. That's my partner.
In our relationships, and how we live, and how we come interact with people, and how we do our music, and how we do our acting, and how we do everything that we do, we put God first. So that shows Him that we want Him to bless what we do.
That's right.
So that's why it's blessed. Other than that,
is that where you came up with bless the seeds? Because you want Him to bless the seeds.
Give them better life and help them fight to believe. Yeah. Give them foresight so these right stick a seed. Yeah. Take them out the streets because I don't want to see them bleed. No. Hey, we need Dave.
We need Dave. Is it time for Dave?
It's time for Dave.
Or is it time for commercial?
Yeah, we're going to take a short break. Shout out to everybody that's listening.
Shout out.
Tell everybody else to come on and listen in. Invite your friends. Invite everybody. 108 Praise.
Holla.
Voice of the Gospel
Holla.
Oasis Montage Show. Let's
go.
Rocking with you at 7.
Hey, Dave, we need to be in Houston. Matter of fact, here's the information on that.
I can't wait to come home.
Yeah, he's there. Yeah, we'll be there.
It's the only place I want to be. You already know why. I mean, it's more than that, but you know why, though. Yeah. I ain't even got to say it no more. I know I'm on my way, though. Get ready. Early in the morning when I'm standing at attention, I'm missing your attention, and the smell of your loving all over me. I mean all over me. Nothing better than waking up to perfection. So perfected it's leaving me with no question that this is where I wanna be. To put it in perspective, I've given up the quest now. I can't wait to come home. Keeping on my first thing smoking, baby I ain't joking. Out here on the road, stacking all this stuff, gonna keep you satisfied. I can't wait to come home. Keeping on my first thing smoking, baby I ain't joking. Miss your taste, miss your smell, miss your feel, miss your baby. Just wanna get back to you. I'm impatiently waiting for quitting time, just to get to the place that feel good inside. Submissive positions that got me topping out. You can't take it no more, baby, you're topping out. It's like ABC's the way you school me. I've been thinking about it, baby, I'm ready. Cause you got that love that I need. So baby, hold on to me. I can't wait to come home.
Hey, Dave, we need to be in Houston. Matter of fact, here's the information on that.
I can't wait to come home.
Yeah.
Yay. We back right
we're
here on
back.
108 Praise, voicing the
Yeah.
gospel. We got our boy in the building.
That's my boy. What you mean,
tell
your
us,
boy?
Tell us who we got in the building.
We got my butter roll. That's my butter. I'm just saying.
What up, though?
Hey, Dave.
Didn't I tell you she throw me under the bus every time? I can't even act like I know somebody. She be like, no, that's mine. That's me.
That's my butter roll.
What's up, brother? Good to have you.
Did you
Mr.
just call me Butter Roll?
That's my butter
All the
roll.
time.
I just realized that you was calling me Butter Roll.
Ladies
Butter
and gentlemen,
roll.
we got Dave Tolliver from none other than Men at Large in the building. Can we get an applause? Yes,
Hey,
yes.
shout out for my buddy. Woo, woo, woo.
All right, here we go.
Okay, all right. I'll stop. Okay. Yeah.
Brother, it's good to have you, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming out. It's
Man, I love, this platform, internet. I started my my career off with traditional radio, man, but career, yeah. And I'm just appreciative for this platform because I try to tell all my 90s cats, y'all still act like we tops on the charts.
Bro.
But a lot of these internet platforms have so many
avenues of getting
listeners,
you paid.
viewers, and I'm saying it's instantly international.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's
So
what's so
you
cool.
can't always share the traditional radio sites.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
That's right.
They don't listen to me, man.
Right.
I'm better, but just
but
the
that's
body
why
one.
we got you here, bro. Because that led me to my first question is that
all they need.
the industry now.
Oh man.
When I came into the industry, it was right before this internet stuff, so I knew nothing of it.
Yeah.
But when you was established in the industry, it was way before this industry, this internet
Stone
stuff.
Age. Just call me Fred Flintstone of
Bro.
the game.
So tell us what's the difference between, because you have survived, you have eaten, you have done everything
Yes,
that an
yes,
artist is
you
supposed to
have.
do to stay relevant and stay
Yes.
positive in this business.
Man, I appreciate y'all recognizing that, man. I try really hard, man. And as much as they try to close the door on me, I just when I was just telling, is that your daughter?
Her niece.
My niece, Hachaquina,
I was just out
yeah.
there just telling her, just giving her the game. I'm definitely gonna send you an invoice, Carol. The difference now.
This right here is the butter roll that got the money. Okay, he
See?
platinum.
See, always thrown under the bus.
Right. So, my thing is today, people don't have to have any talent whatsoever.
Thank you.
It's
Ain't
not
that a
it's
trip?
not too much. It's not too much talent out there. I mean, I think the last viable source of talent that we have and that won't change is TV,
Right.
minus your reality shows.
Mm-hmm.
I was just telling her, I said back in the days, people look for talent. They had talent shows
Right.
and auditions.
Yeah.
And they
Right.
went around the country searching for great
Exactly.
talent. But
Right.
now it's like, okay, they sitting back and they looking online to see who has the most followers and see
Ain't
how
that a hot mess?
and see how we can possibly take their no talent and use their numbers to overcompensate for what they don't have.
Gimmicks.
Yeah.
And I mean they try to get that. They say the 80s music was gimmicks with the punk rock look and all that stuff, but those cats still had talent.
Talent.
They still could sing, or they put on
Yeah.
productions with dancing.
Yeah.
And
Right.
man, I don't know, man. Like my daughter sings and my son raps, and my daughter is only 12 and she is.
Oh, wow.
She's man, and my son is 20, and he raps about a lot of the same stuff these guys rap about, but
Okay.
he puts it together like. He puts together metaphor. I said, man, you've been studying your daddy.
All right.
I said, he didn't get the singing bug. So, I mean, he didn't get the singing chops, but
Okay.
he's learning it. And, but, yeah, man, the game has changed, man. I was talking to my man Jeff from Intro about that the other day, and I was like, they totally, have disrespected, anybody with talent, but especially I feel like they've definitely disrespected the 90s era of artists, man.
Yes.
And I feel like we were one of the greatest eras. The 90s, to me, I've experienced all of it, heard it all, sang it all.
Yeah.
But the 90s and the 70s to me were
They were
just
the hot ones.
absolutely
It was.
the
It was.
greatest era
It
of
really
music era.
was.
Yeah.
Right.
And you know what, Dave? When I was at the Essence Festival, I was hearing the same things coming from SWV and Escape. They were saying the same things. And it's hard to come back. And they're coming back strong and they're trying. But it's like you got to leap over the stuff that's going on today, almost as though you don't
The
exist.
shenanigans.
It's
So-
crazy.
And this is I guess it's all part of a plan, man. You know, on Facebook that one time they put up that thing about this meeting that they supposedly had where they were going to do this and do that, and then investing in the private prisons and all that other stuff. But the music was going to be, I guess, where was the degradation of the whole black community or whatever it is, so to speak. And then, you know, they base how many prisons they going to build by the 3rd grade test scores.
Absolutely.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm telling you. My wife's a teacher. I'm telling you, that's true stuff.
They have it down to a
crazy.
science.
So when you look at music nowadays, there's 4, 5, 6 stations in every city that you go to that'll play stuff like Migos, Travis Scott. You'll hear that Tank record. You'll hear Bruno Mars. But the rest of it is just trap. And then there's maybe 1 or 2 like 97.5. Well, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to mention that. You know, like the traditional
Name drop.
It's only two traditional R&B stations that cover it. Well, it's 3 now, but you don't see as much marketing and promo for them. And then when you listen to those stations, like back in the day when I did radio, if you played a song from a Stevie or something like that, it was like, oh man, that sound good in the 90s.
Right.
But now you'll hear Ribbon in the Sky, like you would hear Bruno Mars on another station all day, so it takes away. So people get turned off by it. And so people our age, I noticed that when I first moved here, that's when Gucci Mane and OJ the Juice Man was hot.
Right.
And I was like, what in the heck is this? It's like on the Flintstones that one time when it was like, it's bug music. See? It was like, ah. So it's
yes.
I was like, I can't believe it. There was people standing on tables. I was at Dugan's with my girl Karen and them from Untapped Talent. They were standing on the tables. I know they wasn't, but just a little bit younger than me. And I mean, when you go to barbecues and parties and stuff, you see the older people. Like, I'll be 48 on the 30th this month, and you see cats
Happy
dancing
birthday.
and going crazy things. But I mean, I love the Migos.
Yeah.
Right.
I like Travis Scott, I like Future, but it's because I think scientifically somebody figured out, it's like learning your Easter speech, right? Or learning a script to a play.
Right.
The more you hear it, the more you practice
That's
it,
right.
the more it's going to stay in your head. Like right now, me and your niece was talking, Kiki, do you love me? Are you riding?
That's only like 3 days into it, and it's crazy.
Now, I'll tell you what's going to happen. They're going to figure out how to find a cleaner version for it and start playing it on the older
Absolutely.
stations. And it's just going to trickle down, and it's like I think Trey Songz is okay, but I don't think he's a great singer. But if I
think he's like the birth child of R. Kelly in his earlier years. Bro, but when you say talent, I don't think they really know what you mean. Explain to them what it was like recording back before all this digital chopping up and cutting and pasting and stuff. Tell them about that, please.
Well, I'm going to tell you, if you didn't get it right, it wasn't like, oh, we're going there and fix it with the computer.
Right.
You ain't fixing it.
You had to stand there and fix it. I remember when I first started, it was a song we had called Salty Dog. And it was a part where it said, sagging, dragging. And I hit it flat then.
Right. That's what
I could not get
can't
that
do that.
note.
You can't do that. Yes.
I had to keep doing it
over and over again. You got it. Right.
And then I have an original partner. My other partner with me, my original partner parted ways. We redid Why Have I Lost You by Cameo.
Okay.
It took us 8 days to figure that, for him to actually fix
to hit that.
I was so upset with him because the guy at the label at the time had hired an orchestra and all kinds of stuff. But it's like when they started the computer usage, it was like, okay, cool, don't worry about that, man. We'll fix it. And like now, I'll be honest, I've even gotten lazy because like I was just telling you in the hallway, I just redid Baby I'm Ready by Gerald Levert.
Okay.
And because the vibe was so cold, I was like, man, I'm not going back in there and redoing that.
Right.
Because at the end, I say, man, that wasn't bad for a first take. Yeah. And I only did it in 2. But the only reason why I redid it is because a lot of the producers, even the older producers now, they feel like they have to have either that Melodyne or the auto-tune on your vocals. I'm like, dude, you don't need that on my voice. Because like when you have that on there, it gives you the illusion that you're actually singing. Yeah, that you're singing in key.
Right.
And when he took it off, it was like, I was like, dude, who was that? I said, that wasn't me. I said, man, it's like that because of your thing. So,
and they've become preset in the studio where they have certain things they want to put on your vocals. And all of my engineers say, I don't want to put anything on your vocals because your voice sounds good. And it's like, that's a compliment. And that's an artist rapping. Now, singing, it's a disrespect when somebody say, "Oh, let me stack it. Let me stack that. Let me put a no, sir.
It's
no,
not
man.
even
That's
I'm
why I
a-
like,
no.
that's why I like
That's
now.
disrespectful.
I like recording at home because on my setup, I don't have any of the presets or none of that. And I
Exactly.
did that purposely because I'm going to send it out. Now, if you want to put it on there afterwards, but no, first and foremost, I'm going to give you that raw, uncut, illegal in 48 states, raw.
Bro, that shut down Lenox Mall.
Man.
That if I decide to sing in the middle of the food court, it's my court now.
Man.
You understand? That talent.
I was telling a young man, Bridget and I were at, we went out to eat with our homegirl, Deidre. Shout out CEI Hair Schools. And
Shout.
we went out to eat out at Lenox Mall. And afterward, it was a young man who said that he paid YRN, the Migos and them labels, $300 to go on a tour with them.
Okay.
But he had to get the money, so he was out there singing. And I was like,
That grind right there.
just me stopping and showing him, people was like, ugh. And I was like, that's how you got to be aggressive. I said,
Yeah.
you
Right.
can't walk up to you with your head down.
That's
like
right.
you
That's
begging.
right.
You got to go, they used to always say the game is to be sold, not told. But if somebody has sold it to me, I never would have had the career that I had.
That's
Exactly.
right. That's right.
So I give it away. I just, I think information is free.
Yes.
Because, if they don't get it from me, they can go online and figure it out themselves. But I'm saying, if I give it to them, but I'm saying, if you want me to go in the studio now, that's a whole different game. You know, I
Invoice.
got hourly
You will
rates
get an
and group
invoice.
rates. You know what I'm saying? And I need half up front.
I know
and
that's
half
right.
I'm
I
done.
know that's right.
'Cause you ain't
Most
gonna-
cases, you need the other half when you get there before you do anything.
Yeah.
I'm just going to drop that down real quick.
Hello.
So many times you don't get paid.
Hello.
So,
Boy, I got some stories about that.
Ooh,
yeah,
boy.
speaking about that,
I know you ain't
I
looking
know
at me,
you
Butter
toured
Rope.
with a lot of people, bro, over the years.
Yeah, man,
And
I did
so
quite
just
a few
give
shows.
us a little window into what it was like touring with Men at Large.
Man, we had so much fun, man. I have to say that I'm so grateful and thankful to God for my life, the ups, the downs, the highs, the lows.
Amen.
I'm just being honest because, so our body of work is decent. It's not
Right.
super huge.
That's
Okay.
right.
But there'll be trillions and zillions of people that'll come after I'm gone off this earth that won't be able to do 5% of what I've done. But
I'm telling you.
I've worked with two of the greatest, most revered artists in the history of music.
Wow.
Gerald and Eddie Levert.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Happy
wow.
birthday to my man Gerald Levert tomorrow, too.
Man, that's my dude
Amen.
right there.
Happy birthday, man. I miss my bro.
He
man.
passed
telling
right after I
you.
met him, bro. He invited us to the crib in Cleveland and everything. He was like, man, you got to come to the house. You got to let us cook. You got to
Love
do
me
the thing.
some
Hey, man.
Levert.
And
Oh,
today is
Jesus.
Joe Little from the Rude Boys' birthday. So happy birthday. Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Rude Boys.
Shout-
Joey.
Hey.
Joe, call in if you can. Tune in if you can. What's up?
What's good?
And, the tutelage that we got from them was amazing because I'm going to be honest, man. When I tell people, man, we used to practice for like 11 hours a day. That's what folks don't do no more.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
I'm telling you.
Rehearsal.
It was more than just standing up there holding on yourself.
Thank you.
Oh boy.
I mean, we had to dance until we really started singing. We
Man.
just did a couple dance moves, but I mean, it was 11 hours a day. They didn't.
That's
I mean,
it.
we had
That's
water
it.
in a hot room, and Gerald and them would come in there. Well, Gerald be on the roll out, but Eddie would come in there. Man, that's bull. You gotta do it like this, and you walk up to her and you grab her hand and you sing to her and you put her face.
Yep.
His breath smelling like 2 liters, but nah.
Right.
But, man, I just. Man, we got a story, man, and I've been lobbying for Unsung, man, and I've been seeing, they talked to a couple people, told a couple people that are prevalent in the business, said that they were going to do is, but they couldn't find enough information but I got the storylines for them.
I know
He's
that's
ready.
right.
Y'all hear that?
I know that's
Do y'all hear that?
right.
Unsung?
First and foremost,
Shout out to you. Listen
First
up.
and foremost, 2 big dudes that came out there with confidence. Man, Heavy D started it off.
Right.
Yeah.
But Heavy D wasn't singing.
Right.
2 big
Okay.
dudes singing,
Give him
smelling
give him a
good, looking
taste.
good.
Give him a taste.
Let's hear what you made
Give him
of.
a taste.
Oh, say no.
No, he didn't.
Baby, it's time for me to give you all the love you need. Yeah. Now, baby, I know
That's the song.
that you deserve the best. And I ain't been treating you like I treated the rest. Yeah, baby. Baby, I'm ready to give you all of my love. Just a little bit.
Yeah, hey, everything else gonna be invoiced.
Girl, I'm tired
Dave
of playing
Tolley.
games. So many loves I can't even name. I got to let y'all. I should have sent y'all the video. Well, I don't
I'm
have the video for that yet, but that
telling
video,
you.
man. And I did it my way. And
Right.
I did
Right.
elements of what he did, but I did it my way. And I had a young guy by the name of Brandon Landrum, young dude, because I wanted the
Shout
background
Brandon.
to sound a little younger. You know, not just sound like, you know, I'm redoing the same thing, but I want to do it my way. And I'm proud of it. I sent it to everybody but mom and pop, and everybody else is giving me his son and daughter.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, man, go with it. So, you know, I got the final ones. I got to, you know, mom and pop, but I'm going to put it out anyway. It ain't going to make a difference what you say. I'm just telling you.
That's
I'm doing
right.
what
That's
I wanna
right.
do.
And so-
Hallelujah. Thank you.
Man, so that was real pure vocals right there, y'all. That's
No,
the
I'm
real.
talking
You
about.
won't get that nowhere else. But
And that was sloppy. So, I mean, when it's,
Man.
so then, okay, now we're in the era where somebody can hit you up right now in the email and say, "Hey, Dave, I need a verse," and you can go sing the verse and send it to him, and then in 20 minutes be paid and it's done, and then you might hear your song on the radio in a few
Yeah.
days, and boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
What has that done for you? I mean, I know the old school. Yes, we got to do the old school, but what,
man, the old school took so long, man.
Okay.
It was always hurry up and wait. Now everything is done on an expeditious level. I mean, you can put out a song, right? Like you could go in the studio in the morning, write it, record it, mix it, master it,
Right.
and doggone almost near have it out by the end of the day, depending on time.
Exactly.
But because there's so many different platforms where you can put it up and monetize it, YouTube, TuneCore,
Right.
all of them. You know?
So has that helped us,
I think.
or has it
I think
hurt us?
the ability to be your own entity
Right.
has helped us, but at the same time, it has hurt us as well too. Because, like I'm saying with technology, like I tell everybody, technology is the thriller and the killer.
Okay.
Right.
It's the thriller to the point where it's allowed us to do any and everything we wanted to drop of a hat.
Right.
Okay.
You can be a label, you can be a studio, you can be an engineer, you can be a
Right.
singer, you can be anything you want to be with this
Right.
computer.
Right.
But on the flip side, the killer side, it is taking the passion out of everything.
I'm telling
Because
you.
now everybody's looking for the easy way
Way.
to do something.
Yes.
Man, I'm
Yes.
gonna just put it up on Mixtape Live. I'm gonna just
You
put
know
it up
what?
on YouTube.
Right.
I'ma just
I'm
put it up
telling
on-
you, it's sad. It's so sad.
So when I was in the music business back in the day, the package that I was offered when they was trying to offer me a deal was the industry package, and that was a major billboard in every city, a bus in every city, a certain amount of shows a month, and 3,000 radio stations at the time. That's all we had. All 3,000 radio stations, major rotation. Okay,
Right.
so that's the whole package. Once you do that,
Right.
that's what you call releasing your song,
music. That's
your
right.
music. So on a major scale. So what is it now? You being redid a new song, and independent. What is it now as opposed to that on the independent level to release a song?
Man, now if you don't have a budget, you just probably gonna be listening to it in your car for a long time. Or if you don't have a following, you just gonna be
Right.
listening to it, enjoying it yourself.
That's a
Like I was
mess.
telling her, I said a lot of these cats start off with some type of street backing,
Mm-hmm.
and back in the day that was prevalent too. I mean, the history of entertainment is street backing, black or white. It's
People had to know who you were.
That's it,
It's,
that's
it's
it.
street backing, but I'm talking about the money.
Yeah.
is
Okay, yeah,
could be
I got you.
legal or illegal street backing.
True.
And now it's just you have to invest in yourself for anybody else on a major label to a major level that
Okay.
is
Take it
to
serious.
want to come and do anything with you. So if they don't see
Right.
you doing anything with what you're doing on your own,
Right.
they're not gonna be. I see all these. I remember one time I was sitting on a panel and this guy was coming out and they asked me what I thought. I said, man, I said, Cat's been telling you the same thing, and this, that, and the third. And he said, man, I saw you 7 years, you said the same thing. And I said, yeah, and now you 7 years later, you still paying people to
Hello.
perform on these
Right.
same
Red stage.
old open mics, and you ain't performing but nobody for artists.
That's
Right.
it.
And I mean, it's just, I don't know, I think, I'm gonna tell you one thing that's different from black artists is different from the white.
Okay.
White artists do their research. Whether they have money or not, they do their research, they read, they go online, they take their time.
Right.
And they do it with a I don't want to say sense of class or sense of pride because I don't want to demean anything that we're doing.
Right.
But they do things different.
They find the avenue in which relates to what they're trying to do. And then they find the person that's the most important in that avenue, and they reach out to them, and they find out if they're going to support them. Too,
they don't take it for granted.
We
take it for granted because we feel like, oh, we're black. We created this medium and it's ours, so it's supposed to pay dividends to me.
I can always lay back on my talent.
Yeah, that's why I don't know why people were so mad at Macklemore, because that's the way he did it. And of course they're gonna have some type of advantage or privilege, you know.
But he did it the way we used to do it. Grinding and hustling out the trunk of your car.
That's it.
E40. Shout to E40 for being the first one to go ghetto platinum. A shout to Master P for being the second.
Hello.
Okay. The thing is that you have to work your business like it's a business.
Yes, you do.
And that's what he did. He just kept pushing until they opened the doors.
That's it.
And so now we don't have that zeal in the artists, like you said, and they just expect things to get done for them.
Yeah.
And you know, another thing too, they don't have any examples.
True.
Like,
True.
We had great examples.
Yeah, that's
of
true.
People, and
That's
it
true.
wasn't necessarily people that we could see all the time, but because of the examples and because other groups that came before us, even on a local level, they were so polished, man, and put together. They had stage shows, they had uniforms, they had they were ruly, you know what I'm saying? They weren't unruly, they were respectable, and they put on shows because of what they saw. But I don't know what happened from, I think when it started in the 90s is when, and we're kind of responsible is we started going towards hip hop.
Right.
And I can tell you, man, that's all we used to do. rap.
Shout to Jazz Allen, we see you. Rashawn Hillman, we see you.
And they were going to let us do a rap album after our first album.
Right.
Wow.
But then Sylvia Rome was like, no, we don't want to, ruin your core audience. Man, we probably would have made more money off rap than singing.
So you mean to tell me, hold up, I think I just heard that he got bars.
Yeah.
He talked about his son having bars.
Yeah.
Now
sit around and freestyle.
He got bars.
That's all we used to do was sit around and freestyle all day. That's all we used to do.
Right.
That's all we used to do was just free rap. I mean, because like I said, I started off in radio, and the very first show I did was a show called Rapper's Delight with a guy named...
Have you ever been over a friend's house to eat and the food?
That was
I'm just saying, okay?
With this guy named MC Chill. I don't know if you ever heard MC Chill.
Nah.
MC Chill was from Cleveland. He was one of the first cats in America to ever get his song played in New York. Because New York didn't play nothing but New York.
Right.
Wow.
Back then.
And he was managed by the guy that managed the Fat Boys. What's his name? Statler? The white dude.
I can't remember his name.
Well, if you see the Unsung, he managed MC Chill too. So I'm sure he had a great part in getting his record played in New York. Him and MC Breed was one of the first two cats outside of New York to get their records played in New York.
Breed, the one that put Pac on.
Man,
y'all
ain't
better
no
know that.
In your front.
Wow.
Y'all better know that. I put my mind on my money. Anyway, this is a gospel show.
Yeah. Keep it right.
Voicing the
right.
gospel right here. Praise 108. You already know.
Salvation
We're
and
ready to do a Leandria on y'all.
Oh, don't do Leandra. Oh, boy. We don't need you getting kicked up out of here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my Jesus. I was reading that.
Leandra
just got live. She just said too much out of her mouth and she got kicked out and got canceled out on the Essence Festival.
No class. Like
None.
Like school on Sunday. No class.
Bro.
Fat Albert.
I mean,
that's what we need to get into too, is artist development and
they don't do
the
that.
thing that makes an artist an artist.
That's it.
And now you just have people that, because they think they have a little bit of rhyming skills, they just become an artist.
Go out there with anything.
No stage presence. I mean, I find myself being the teacher. Every time I go to a show.
Well, actually, you a preacher now, man.
So you know what's crazy? So this guy told me, like, I do a little radio show on Mondays, and we were doing songs dedicated. I ain't gonna say it. I'm cool because they're not really. I just do it just now at this point till I find me a building just to say I'm doing something. You know what I'm saying? People
we can work this together. We can do a building together, huh? Courtney? We can do us a building together.
Just a place to come instead of just being at home on the phone.
If you ever want to be put on the spot.
I'm gonna say Blog Talk Radio sucks.
Courtney told me it's break time. I guess I'm talking
Blog
too
Talk
much.
Radio
If you ever want to be put on the spot, deal with Carol. And you want to have your producers pulled into the show constantly, deal with Carol. Go ahead, Dave. What you say?
Somebody said the other day, they said Drake was whack because we were talking about him on the show about that kid.
What?
And I was like, well, I said, I agree, but I really don't agree because Drake really does have bars.
Man, Drake is off the chain.
And I said, well, you can't really blame these artists that are winning.
Right.
Let them blame us.
Yeah.
Because the level of things that we will accept. That's technology.
That's it.
The level of things that we will accept determines who's the most popular, who's selling the most units.
Exactly.
Like, the Migos, to me, they're not that bad, but they're like a poor man's copy of Bone Thugs and Harmony.
They do what they do.
And I mean, even Bone Thugs and Harmony to me, and they from Cleveland, my homeboys.
Right.
Yeah. Even them to me was kind of like,
shout to Bone Thugs.
Bone Thugs, you know. I've been trying to do records with them for years, man.
Oh.
Like how y'all do the Georgia Power here. I wanted to do Levert, Gerald, Men at Large, Rude Boys, Avant, Bone Thugs and Harmony, and I just couldn't. Nobody would hear me.
What?
Nobody would hear me.
They listening now. Y'all listening to what my boy said.
Lazy been MIA for the past 10 years because I've been trying to get in touch with him. We used to be tight like nuts and bolts, but we're going to take a short break here, y'all, and we're going to get back in
after
the game.
Unsung.
Yes, sir. Once they feel like they blowed up,
I'm going to act like that
they
too
don't know
after I
you.
get on.
After you get on. Y'all hear that?
It's on and
Here on
poppin'.
Praise 108, y'all, we're going to take a short break. We'll be
108
back in a few minutes.
Praise
Oasis
Radio.
Radio, Montage Show, Miss Carol,
Yeah.
Poetic, Dave Tolliver in the building. Let's
Shout
go.
out for Dave.
Shop talk.
Yeah, we'll be there.
It's the only place I want to be. You already know why. I mean, it's more than that, but you know why, though. Yeah. I ain't even got to say it no more. I know I'm on my way, though. Get ready.
Early in the morning when I'm standing at attention, I'm missing your attention and the smell of your loving all over me. I mean all over me. Nothing better than waking up to perfection. So perfected it's leaving me with no question that this is where I wanna be. To put it in perspective, I've given up the quest now. I can't wait to come home. On the first thing smoking, baby, I'm drinking. Out here on the road, stacking all this dough. Gotta keep you satisfied. I can't wait to come home. On the first thing smoking, baby, I ain't joking. Miss your taste, miss your smell, miss your feel, miss your baby. Just wanna get back to you. I'm impatiently waiting for quitting time, just to get to the place that feel good inside. Submissive positions that got me tapping out. You can't take it no more, baby, you're tapping out. It's like ABC's the way you scoop me. I've been thinking about it, baby, I'm ready. Cause you got that love that I need. So baby, hold on to me. I can't wait to come home. First thing smoking, baby, I'm joking. Out here on the road, I'm stacking all this dough to bring it home. I can't wait to come home. I ain't talking about the money, baby. No, baby, I ain't joking. Talking about that spaceship, that bank account killer. Just wanna get back to you. I can't wait to come home. Hopping on the first thing smoking, baby, I ain't joking.
Praise, we live. Hold up, are we live?
Yeah, we live, right?
Are we on the
Hold
air?
up, check. One,
Are we
two.
on the air?
Mic check.
Are we on the air?
Yeah.
Hello.
Okay,
Are we
I hear
on the
myself. Hold up, I got all the rappers. Turn me up in the headphones.
Right. Turn me up in my headphones, son.
Shout out
Oh,
on the
man.
headphones.
We back, and we black. Listen,
We back and
we
we
got
black.
Mr. Dave Tolliver in the building from Minute
That's
Large.
my butter
Did
roll.
y'all see that Did y'all see that song just now?
Oh, that was
the new video.
popping. That was sweet.
Y'all saw the video. You see the look in his eye.
Oh man,
He had that look.
He got that look in his eye.
He had
He had
that
that
look.
look. I don't know what happened
was
after the
hot.
song was performed, but
Nothing.
oh,
We left him out of there. I was exhausted.
he just blew the prestige of that
No,
right there. I
telling
set him up with
A bunch
something.
of stuff happened.
So Dave,
We was at a bar.
you done toured with everybody, you done been everywhere, you done seen everything.
Yeah.
What is the craziest moment
Here we go. Here we
that
go.
has ever happened?
Oh boy, they threw their
On the
draws
road.
in your face.
We want to know.
That has happened, but
Oh, it is. See, I
That
told
ain't-
you.
that's
Oh,
not
that
the
ain't
craziest.
crazy because that
That's
happens to you
normal.
all the time.
I'm gonna tell you.
Oh, of course, I bet.
Here go an unsung story.
All right, let's
for
go.
you.
Okay, here we go. Yeah.
We had a song on our first album called "You Me," and in the end of the song, I'm rapping. Of course, I'll tell you like right, and it goes, "I ain't down with OPP because there's HIV, and all I want it to be is just you and me."
And me, right.
We almost got jumped
Bars.
in New York
Shut the
by
door.
Naughty by. It wasn't Naughty by Nature, but here's the story. We were in New York doing the Good video. It's a record we had, and Salt and Pepper had this club called Broadway's, and I was like, dog. After that video, I said, I'm going out.
Right.
And we had went. This was when Wendy Williams was on the radio, so we went to a radio show.
Shout to Wendy
Not the
Williams.
Wendy Williams.
And
The
that was
radio
really
version.
the start of it. And it was like, she was saying, about some beef or something that was going on. I was like, nah, man. I said, man, we love Naughty by Nature. This, that, and the third, blah, blah,
So
blah,
Wendy
blah.
started it.
Well, I don't know if she started it, but the next thing I know, after we finished the video, everybody was calling, man, y'all heard what Tretch and them was saying about you on the radio? I'm like, what you talking about? He said, man, they was calling you all kinds of fat this and fat that and this, that, and the third.
Shut the door.
And I was like, what? I was like, man, whatever. So
outta here.
I said, man, well, wait till we see him. We gonna see him.
Right.
And I'm a lover, not a fighter, man. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. But I wanted to clear it up. I don't like violence. I grew up in a violent home as a kid. I don't like violence. I hate it. So we left, and the Atlantic sent us the car service. So everybody in my camp was fat. My partner, my road manager was bigger than us, and we had a little bitty background singer. We went right, and so we got in the car. Okay, so I had to make it quick. The first car we got in, the axle broke.
Oh no.
My dude, my partner, his dad was in the van. He's like, man, that's God trying to tell us something, man. We shouldn't go. We shouldn't stay.
Exactly.
So I said, Ian, you stay your A here. I'm gone. I said, I'm going out.
Right.
So he came anyway. The next car came. We went. Long story short, we went in there. I saw Vin Rock. I was like, what's going on? He said, yo, man, y'all do. I said, man, why y'all beefing with us? I said, what if we had been comedians? And then he said, man, that's comedy, man. It was just
You talking about Lil Mike Tyson?
Yeah, it was just stupid, his explanation. I was like, man, we
shorter
love
one,
y'all. I rock your cassette in the car all the time, cassettes.
Yeah,
Right.
Well,
Plug.
and we pounded up. So we went back and we did an on-air thing. And then, everybody was in the LL. So I didn't even run the
So
name.
it was a misunderstanding.
Yeah, so we went back to the front and I saw Tretch and he was talking to DJ Wiz, Kid Plays DJ.
All right.
And I'm like, Tretch, what up, man? He laughed. He's like, yo. And he turned around and the smile dropped.
Uh-oh.
And then all I heard was,
What was this?
What?
that's the call. So we said, I'm playing a video game because I'm chilling waiting on the car to come back. So they say the car coming. So next thing I know, no, man, let me go. I hear some. We family, this, that, and the third. Tretch comes out and it's like a cloud of people coming out behind me.
Oh, snap.
Like, I didn't know what was going to happen. Make a long story short, he was like, F y'all, F the Vert, F
Shut
the
the
OJs,
door.
F that. We can do it right here. He's like, you, we can do it. And I'm like, okay. Me and my man
Wow.
could probably take him.
Right.
But I'm looking at these other guys and I didn't know what they were going to do. So I
Or
was
what they
like,
was holding.
anyway, long story short, a few days later, we had a show with them at one of them stay in school jams. Nothing happened. I saw him again probably 2 years later here in Atlanta at a party. He apologized and everything's cool. But it kind of hurt my feelings, man. 'Cause I
Yeah.
love Naughty by Nature. But, that's just, he was like, man, we didn't know how to be stars, man. We was, and they had jumped YZ, whatever one of them dudes. They was beating up
Right.
everybody.
What?
They was trying to get the real Roxanne. If they could have got Toni Braxton, because she had a record saying
Right.
they would have got her too.
Right.
But,
Wow.
So they was the 50 Cent of back in the day.
Man, but I mean, they was really, but he was really, yeah. When 50 beat up cats, yeah, they was really beating cats up, man.
Yeah.
He was like, we got such and such, and I'm about to y'all up right now.
Wow.
He said, man, y'all better get out of here before I go get my stuff from the car.
Really,
Next day on the radio, they was like, man, Tretch. They didn't say no Tretch. They said Tretch, not no group of cats, but Tretch ran Minute Large out of New York the next day.
Wow.
No.
Crazy.
See, we could go all the way
So that was
back
the
with that.
craziest thing.
Started back up. That was the craziest
That was
thing.
the craziest
That
thing.
is crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
That's
You don't want to
crazy.
get caught up in the middle of that kind of
Nah,
stuff.
man,
telling
you don't
you.
know what they're gonna do, man. You know, me and him, we grew up single parent homes. We was nice guys, man. We was
Right.
R&B dudes. We was lovers, not fighters. I know he wasn't gonna fight.
Right,
I know he wasn't. I know he wasn't gonna fight.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know what, Dave? I've been checking you out a lot, and you've been doing a lot of stuff on stage.
Yeah.
You've been lighting the stage up.
Oh man, you know,
plays.
I've done too many plays. I've done like 40-something plays.
Wow.
I've been on stage with Clifton Powell, Thelma from Good Times, Big Red from the Five Heartbeats, Ralph Tresvant, Johnny Gill, Dave Hollister,
Nice.
Joe
Wow.
Levert, Sean Levert, Dave Holl, everybody.
Everybody.
And now, we got a few minutes left. I'm in the process of writing my own. It was gonna be called Second Chance Dad.
Wow.
But it's about the real, actual story about me and my father. My father was very abusive growing up to my mom and to me, but now we best buds.
Amen.
I mean, you have to. I had to free myself. If I didn't forgive him and move on,
That's right. That's right.
it would have killed me.
Yeah, you were the one in
parents,
bondage.
or whoever chooses to be the responsible one, I'm going to close it out with this. We have to decide what our relationship is going to be, the maturity level
That's
of it.
it.
Yeah.
As a
That's it.
child, you don't treat a toddler like you treat a middle schooler or a high schooler. You have to reestablish your relationship with them as a
Amen.
parent, as a child, everything. So remember that, both sides, everybody, facts. Thanks for coming, Dave Hollis.
Anytime.
Dave Tolliver.
That's my
Don't worry about
butter.
it.
You just called that name twice, and that's my boy.
That's
Shout
my
out to
boy.
Dave Hollis. He the
Yeah.
first person that ever got me radio play.
play.
Dave is the first person to ever get me radio play. He put my song on the radio for me, and I would be grateful for him for that. But
Amen for
already.
that.
big shout, you guys. We'll get into
Shout
more.
out to
Hopefully,
the
we can get you to
Butter
come
Road
back to the
Dave.
studio.
I'll come back anytime, man.
Yeah.
I'll be
Y'all
looking
heard
for
it
places
here.
He
to come
wants
hang out.
me. He wants
heard
me. Yeah. You heard that. Ha. How about
All right,
that?
we're gonna close out with his song right here. Thanks for
Yeah.
tuning
Thanks
in.
for tuning
108 Praise.
in.
Shout out to
108
everybody.
Praise.
Shop Talk crew. Everybody that's out there listening. Keep tuning in. Every right here.
Yeah.
Rocking with you at 7 Thursday
with you
night.
at 7.
That's what we're doing.
Hit me up, Dave Minute Large.
Yeah.
And all his music is available for your purchase. Amen.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
Amen.
There
On
you
all
go.
platforms,
Shout
right?
out.
Yes.
Amen.
Shout out for Dave.
Amen.